Hi, this is Neil Snyder. Thanks for joining me for another Snyder Talk video commentary. Today's commentary is part 3 of a series I'm doing titled, What Will You Do with the Rest of Your Life? That's the title of a book I've written. It's available in ebook format at Amazon. It's a Kindle book. You go to Amazon and the Kindle store in Amazon, and there you look for What Will You Do with the Rest of Your Life by Neil Snyder. The book was written for you. The primary purpose of the book is to help you think through the things that Yahweh created you to do. In fact, we know that Yahweh created each of us for a purpose, and our goal in life should be to find that purpose and then to do it. In Ephesians, Paul says, this is Ephesians 2:10, "For we are His," or God's workmanship, "created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand so that we would walk in them." That verse makes it very clear that Yahweh created us for a purpose, things that we're supposed to do. There are things, specific things that we're supposed to do. He created those things before the world was even created so that we could do them. Here's an interesting quote from the Messiah. Excuse me. This is from the Sermon on the Mount. It's Matthew 7:21. "Not everyone who says to me, 'Lord, Lord,' will enter the kingdom of heaven, but he who does the will of my Father who is in heaven will enter." That's an interesting statement. Many people claim to be children of God, but they're not trying to live the life that Yahweh created for them. And what does the Messiah say? "Not everyone who says to me, 'Lord, Lord,' will enter the kingdom of heaven, but he who does the will of my Father who is in heaven will enter." That should encourage every one of us to take seriously what Yahweh created us to do, to find it, and then to do it. In 2 Chronicles 15:2, we find this: "Yahweh is with you when you are with Him, and if you seek Him, He will let you find Him. But if you forsake Him, He will forsake you." Interesting. Again, pointing to the fact that seeking Yahweh and trying to and doing following the Spirit to live the life He created for us is what He expects from us. But he says in 2 Chronicles 15:2, if we forsake Him, He will forsake us. Now, if you're a born-again believer, you know that Yahweh is going to work with us until we eventually get done the things He created us to do. Why fight Him? Why make things any more difficult than they need to be? Get on board with Yahweh's plan for your life. That's what this book is about, teaching you, helping you think through how to get on board with the things that Yahweh created you to do. If you're not doing that, you should be doing that. Many times we impose our limitations on God. We see the things that we can't do. I can't do this. I can't do that. I don't have enough money for this. Don't have enough resources to do that. Well, those are your problems, not Yahweh's problems. And Yahweh's told us that whatever He created you to do, He'll provide for your doing. So trust Him that He'll do that. In 2 Chronicles 16:9, Yahweh says, "For the eyes of Yahweh move to and fro throughout the earth, that He may strongly support those whose heart is completely His." There's no question Yahweh's going to support us as we go about doing the things He created us to do. So our goal should be to get on board with that plan. And again, this book helps you think about how to do that and actually do it. Then I want to read one more quote to you from Psalms. This is Psalms 127, 1 and 2. "Unless Yahweh builds the house, they labor in vain who build it. Unless Yahweh guards the city, the watchman keeps awake in vain. It is vain for you to rise up early, to retire late, to eat the bread of painful labors, for He gives to His beloved even in his sleep." That's Psalm 127, 1 and 2. Once you get on board with Yahweh's plan, He's going to make it easier for you than you might imagine. In fact, He says He's going to do it while you sleep. There are things that are going to be done for you that you couldn't even imagine happening, but Yahweh's going to do it. It'll require nothing from you. But before that happens, you've got to be on board with Yahweh's plan. You've got to be seeking Him and seeking the will of the Father. And then you have to be willing to be led by the Spirit. And unless you're willing to do those things, then Yahweh says that He's not going to do the things that He promised to do. Eventually, Yahweh's children are going to follow Him. We know that because He said He's going to lose no one. Eventually, we're going to achieve the goals that Yahweh set for us. Just like Jonah, when he was given the assignment to go to Nineveh, he didn't want to go, so he tried to run and hide from Yahweh. Well, it didn't work. Eventually, Jonah did go to Nineveh and do the things and he did the things that Yahweh instructed him to do, created him to do. But before he did, he had to go live for a while in the belly of a whale, 3 days and 3 nights, as a matter of fact. You don't have to go through that. This book, What Will You Do with the Rest of Your Life, is aimed at helping you find the plan that God created for you and you alone, and then to get on board with that plan. Again, it's available at Amazon. It's an ebook. It's available in Kindle format. If you don't have a Kindle or an iPad or another type of e-reader, you can download Kindle for My PC right from Amazon. The cost to you is nothing. Once you've downloaded that program, you can then download What Will You Do with the Rest of Your Life into your computer. I hope you'll buy the book, but I hope you'll do more than that. I hope you'll buy it, read it, and then tell others about it, because this book was written for anyone who has a heart to follow the leading of Yahweh's Spirit. Receive it as a gift from Him through me. Thank you very much for joining me for another Snyder Talk video commentary. I'll look forward to seeing you again soon.